All right, guys. So quickly want to recap the Georgia versus Florida football game. Real quick with you guys. Um, really, what can I say? I mean, Florida pretty much dominated this game, and Florida could have scored a lot more points. But I think the funny thing is that Georgia could have scored a lot more points if they just would have had a quarterback. They had a bunch of receivers that were down open. There were some busted coverages. There were just opportunities that were there for Georgia, and it was either overthrown, underthrown, or it was just dumb decision type of passes. And I felt like the play calling, the play designs were not there as well for the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, I'm gonna get into Kirby Smart because I like Kirby Smart. You guys know people know how I feel about Kirby Smart for what he's done for obviously the University of Alabama, but just this game, man. I mean, this was just I just felt sorry for Georgia, man. I mean, they had a great start. They were up 14-0. They looked really really efficient. I mean, Zamir White 75-yard run, and then Florida had their miscues. Georgia capitalized again, scored again 14-0. And then Florida came back hurrying. They came back hurrying, and they started to show that they were very very efficient, not just in the passing game. Really couldn't run the ball effectively against Georgia, but that's Georgia. Georgia is arguably the best run stuffing, run defense in the country. They arguably have the best run. Matter of fact, their defense is literally predicated to stopping the run first. Kind of old school Alabama, right? Kind of sounds very familiar to old school Alabama. But Georgia just had no answer at all for Florida's passing game. I mean, they were moments where they definitely had pressure on the quarterback and they forced three and outs, but they just had no answer. I felt like the most surprising thing about this game for the Georgia Bulldogs, especially on the defensive side of the ball, were the amount of busted coverages. I mean, there were just a lot of busted coverages, primarily from the linebacking position trying to get the running back. I mean, right, the running back he would hide in the backfield and then he would just slip to the outside, wide open wheel routes. I mean, that looked like old Alabama. That looked like Alabama for 2-3 weeks ago. Like, what one of my biggest complaints about this defense for Alabama is that they just for some reason against the running back, whether they if all you have to do is send the running back to the sideline, send him on a wheel route, or just send him on a wheel route, or just send him in the flat, and boom. I mean, you're gonna get a wide open dude almost every single time. And Bama, I don't know, Bama still, in my opinion, continues to struggle with that a little bit, but that was Georgia today. That was shocking to me. Georgia just could not handle the running back in the passing game. So, but besides that, they were just busted coverages all day long. And I don't know, as the game continued, I mean, it just sucked the momentum, the energy from this Georgia Bulldogs defense. I mean, you look at the sideline, you had players had their heads down, no confidence, and the game was still at reach. It wasn't like the game was out of reach. The game was still at reach. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this defense, it regained some energy in this. It regained some energy later down the stretch in the second half. It was 41-28 at one point, with a touchdown with Dewan Mathis, and this defense started to play. They started to play really good again. Only allowed 3 points, I think, in the fourth quarter. So, this defense, it did everything it could. But this offense it sucks, man. I mean, defensively they had a pick six. They did had a 75-yard run. We all know Georgia can run the football. If there's anything we know Georgia can do, they can run the football. They're going to get 100 yards against anybody in the country. But this passing attack with Dewan Mathis there, or most importantly with Stetson Bennett, Kirby Smart's guy, it's horrible. It's horrible. These quarterbacks look so underdeveloped that I don't know what Todd Monken's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know who their quarterback coach is. This is on Kirby Smart, and I like Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart was responsible. He wasn't the main force, but he was one of the main reasons why Alabama won 4 national championships. And this is his fault. I mean, Kirby Smart isn't probably the best recruiter in the nation. Even exceeds Nick Saban and Urban Meyer and when he was coaching and all those guys. I mean, this dude will get you #1 recruiting classes. It's so good over there at Georgia that anything outside of a top 5 recruiting class is considered a bad year. Remember that used to be a great year for Georgia. Now that's considered a bad year. He's had 2 out of the 3 years #1 recruiting classes. Right now he's got the 5th best recruiting class in the country, but that's going to continue to go up. I mean, his worst recruiting class so far is third. He has the most talent out of anybody, and that includes Bama, Clemson, Ohio State. But for some reason at the quarterback position, they just continue to underdevelop their players. And that's an issue. You got all these defensive 5-stars. You got all these 5-star receivers. You got all these 5-star running backs and 5-star offensive linemen. But the quarterback position, and it's not like they have it. They've had 3. I'm sorry, no, they've had 2 with the one guy that went to Washington. I forgot what his name is, but the one guy that went to Washington and Justin Fields. You've had 2 5-star quarterbacks, and you haven't done squat with them. I mean, you had the one quarter. You guys can let me know what his name is in the comment section below. But you had him for a year, and then of course Jake Fromm kind of replaced him. As he was hurt, Jake Fromm never gave the job up. Never gave the job up. But you never gave that guy an opportunity. Never gave him an opportunity again, and he transferred. He left. Then you got Justin Fields, and he leaves because of the coaching. And I know there's going to be a lot of fans going to say, well, if Justin Fields was our quarterback, we would have won this game. I'm not necessarily sure. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know if Justin Fields gets that proper development. Because remember when he came to Ohio State, what did Ryan Day say? That dude was raw. They were shocked of how raw he was coming into Ohio State. Georgia does not know how to develop the quarterback position. They just don't. They don't know how to develop the quarterback position. Matter of fact, I'll take that back. They know how to develop certain quarterbacks that fit their scheme. Jake Fromm was a perfect example. He's an undersized, average arm, but he's a game manager. He's a not pocket thrower, but he quickly releases the ball. He's not going to throw. He's not going to get a lot of deep shots. He's not going to scramble outside the pocket and make too many plays with his feet. He's your literal prototypical average quarterback that's undersized. Stetson Bennett, same thing. 5'10", 190 pounds, average arm, if not maybe a lesser arm than Fromm. I don't know. I think at this point, I feel like there are just certain quarterbacks that just fit within this Georgia offense. I don't know if dynamic quarterbacks can fit with this Georgia Bulldogs football team, which is why I don't understand why Brock Vandagriff is committed to this football team. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know because it's not that Brock Vandagriff is not going to get opportunity, because he's going to get opportunity. You don't think after this year Brock Vandagriff is going to get an opportunity? Isn't going to get an opportunity? Oh, he's going to get an opportunity. But are they going to develop this kid? Are they going to develop this kid properly? Or is he going to be an average quarterback that has a high ceiling, but because this coaching staff doesn't know how to properly develop a dynamic player like a Brock Vandagriff, his ceiling doesn't mean crap. And they're just going to run the football a bunch of times, play great physical defense. The offense still isn't going to be changed, and Georgia's ceiling is just win the East, go to Atlanta and get their ass kicked. I mean, you can make an argument it's cost Georgia 2 or 3 national titles since Kirby Smart has been there. The lack of a dynamic quarterback, a Tua Tagovailoa, a Kyle Trask, hell, a Mac Jones. Mac Jones is balling. He's averaging almost 400 yards a game. And he's a 3-star. He's not the most athletic quarterback out there. But Alabama knows how to develop a quarterback. Remember, Alabama used to get scrutinized for not knowing how to develop quarterbacks and send them to the NFL. Now you get a top 5 pick in Tua Tagovailoa and potentially another first-round pick and our former backup quarterback behind Jalen Hurts. Behind Jalen Hurts as well, the former third-string quarterback, he's projected to go in the first round next year. So this is not a player issue. This is a Kirby Smart issue. This is his fault that Georgia is in this position because you guys have too much damn talent to lose the way that you have lost. Wide receivers, tight ends, wide open all fucking day long. And these quarterbacks can't hit a damn fucking ball. They can't hit shit. And it's not these kids' fault. I'm not going to blame Stetson Bennett because you knew what you got as a former walk-on quarterback with his size, with his attributes, with everything that kid has. You know what that kid's offer. You know what that kid's ceiling is. You know he has a low ceiling. Dewan Mathis, raw as hell. You knew what you got in Dewan Mathis, raw. Needs a ton of work. And you can make an argument since being there that he may never ever see the football field again if they can figure out their quarterback situation because of how shitty the development process for developing a quarterback is over there. The development process of that position has been shit. And even Alabama, when they were winning all those titles before Tua came, at least they had efficient passers like A.J. McCarron. At least they had guys work like Blake Sims, like Greg McElroy, like John Parker Wilson, like Jacob Coker. Jacob Coker has done 10 times a better job than what any of those Georgia quarterbacks has done out there. This is a shame. Not on the players. This is a shame on this coaching staff. This coaching staff is the reason why Georgia will not be going to Atlanta this year. This is that coaching staff, Kirby Smart, and that offensive coaching staff. No, it's not even their fault. It's Kirby Smart's fucking fault. How many offensive coordinators do you have to go through? How many quarterback coaches and all these guys? How many of these guys that you have to go through in order for you to finally find a fucking offense in order for a quarterback to fit? This is your damn fault, Kirby Smart. And I shouldn't be this damn angry because I'm a Bama fan, but I feel bad for those Georgia fans. I feel bad for them. Because you guys have too much damn talent to waste. 2 5-star quarterbacks out the goddamn window. You got 2 4-star quarterbacks. And I forgot to mention JT Daniels, another former 5-star quarterback, and he's your 3rd-string goddamn quarterback. You can't even put him on the fucking football field. Because of how shitty your process of developing a quarterback is. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. You know, I'm sorry if I went on a little rant, but this is bullshit. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for Georgia fans. But Kirby Smart, your ass needs to do a better job for that program. Because you guys have too much damn talent to be wasting them like garbage. To waste that shit like it. Like it's a fucking 5-year-old wasting crayons, destroying fucking crayons. That's what it feels like you do. It feels like Kirby Smart's a fucking 5-year-old that's fucking breaking pencils for no goddamn reason at all. That's just wasting shit. Congratulations to the Florida Gators. Hopefully it'll be Alabama versus Florida. You know, again, we got to handle our business. Florida should be able to win their games, and it should be Alabama versus Florida in the SEC championship game. Just congratulations and shout out to you guys. But like I said before, guys, Georgia, you guys got to get your shit together. No, Kirby Smart, you guys, you have got to get your shit together. I'm not even talking to the coaching staff and the players. Kirby Smart, you have to get your shit together.